regular meeting of the Texarkana, Texas City Council. Today is Monday, October the 13th, 2025. It's also Columbus Day, so those of you who had the day off for the holiday, certainly hope that you enjoyed your day off. And at this time, I will call on our City Secretary, Ms. Jennifer Evans, to provide a roll call. Ms. Evans?
Matlock?
Here.
Ms. Hart?
Here.
Mr. Thompson?
Here.
Page?
Here.
Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mr. Metter?
Here.
Thank you. Thank you. Our invocation and pledge will be led this evening by Councilmember Steve Thompson. If everyone will please stand.
Please bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, we ask that you look upon this meeting with favor, help guide us to make the decisions that are appropriate for this city of ours. Be with us and guide us always. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Turn to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. At this time, I'm going to read a proclamation. It's in reference to National Pedestrian Safety Month, which is for the month of October. And so the proclamation reads as follows. Whereas National Pedestrian Safety Month was launched in October 2020 by the U.S. Department of Transportation through the Federal Highway Administration and National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to raise awareness, promote safe walking behaviors, and support safety-focused infrastructure and policies. And whereas pedestrians are among the most vulnerable road users, with more than 7,300 pedestrian fatalities reported nationwide in 2023 per the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And whereas the Texas Department of Transportation's Be Safe, Drive Smart campaign promotes statewide roadway safety by encouraging both drivers and pedestrians to stay alert, follow traffic laws, and share responsibility for preventing crashes and fatalities. And whereas motorists must remain cautious and alert, as driver awareness is vital to protecting pedestrians and cyclists. An urgency echoed by our local newspaper this summer, which cautioned that distracted driving too often leads to tragic consequences for pedestrians. And whereas pedestrian safety also requires individuals to comply with traffic safety rules, stay alert, and avoid actions that may distract motorists. And whereas the City of Texarkana, Texas affirms that pedestrian safety, a shared responsibility requiring care and awareness by all road users, must be advanced through data-driven strategies, engineering, education, community engagement, and enforcement to reduce pedestrian injuries and fatalities. Now, therefore, I, Bob Brugman, Mayor of the City of Texarkana, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 as National Pedestrian Safety Month in the City of Texarkana, Texas, and encourage all residents, motorists, pedestrians, businesses, schools, and transportation partners to participate in efforts to improve pedestrian safety, recognizing the limitations and intended functions of roadway infrastructure, and supporting a culture of shared responsibility and respect on our roadways. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Texarkana, Texas to be affixed this 13th day of October 2025, and I have signed the proclamation. It has been attested by Jennifer Evans, City Secretary, and once again the city seal has been affixed to the proclamation. So very, very important matter, and certainly want everyone to take advantage and be aware of this month of October 2025 as far as National Pedestrian Safety Month. At this time, we'll have a presentation by the Texarkana Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Dr. Robin Hickerson. Dr. Hickerson, welcome this evening. We're glad to have you.
Thank you, Mayor Brueggemann, and thank you, council members, Dr. Orr, and the city staff for having me here this evening. I just celebrated my one-year anniversary with the Chamber. I am the proud president and CEO of the Texarkana Chamber of Commerce and really appreciate the city for your longtime partnership with the Chamber. You're very visible and involved with all the things we do at the Chamber, and it means a great deal to our staff and to our community for you to be present with us. And so this very first slide is a picture of our Chamber office. We have made some upgrades to the office. We added some security measures, some cameras and an alarm system, a buzz-in system to the Chamber, and we have also added some landscaping. We feel like the post office is the front door to the city downtown, and we are on State Line just before you get to the post office, and we want to make sure that our building is beautiful and that we're representing the community well. And so thanks to our board, we were able to do that. We also made some upgrades to our boardroom. We added some new furniture and a TV very similar to these, and that space is available to you if you ever need to have an off-site meeting as chamber members. That space is yours if you need it. This next picture is one of my favorite pictures. It represents our economic development entities in the community as well as our city managers and the chamber. It's actually in this Beyond the Line, which is our chamber directory. I gave each of you a copy of this. You'll find some interesting information in here about the community, and also all of our chamber partners are listed in this directory, and we certainly hope that when you need to do business with someone and you don't already have a partner to work with, that you'll use our chamber partners. Okay, next slide. This is our chamber staff. To my left is Amy Wren, our office manager. Next to her, Berkeley McKnight. She's the director of partnership development at the chamber. Hillary Cloud, and next to her is Director of Workforce Development, Business Retention and Expansion. Next to her, I'm seated, and then Chloe Young, our Director of Marketing and Communications. This picture was actually taken at For All Brand. We were on one of our chamber days in which we are out in the community visiting our partners. We have done 2 of those so far. One of those we did downtown and visited our small businesses, locally owned businesses, and nonprofits, and then we all scattered about for lunch and were joined by some board members and ambassadors. It was very well received. We have over 700 chamber partners. It's incredibly difficult to make our way around to each and every one of them, but I tell you what, we sure are trying. And we enjoy being out, taking pictures and posting those on social media. We think it helps, especially our smaller businesses with their marketing efforts. And sometimes it can actually cause someone to walk in their store and become a new customer. This next picture I included in your presentation. Oh, back up again, Dr. Orr. That is Hillary Cloud outside of your building. We had a good time coming to City Hall, visiting with your staff here, and so I wanted to include that picture as well. Next. This is a picture of some of our economic development committee members as well as our board of directors, and I want to say we have one of our board members here this evening, James Bramlett. We appreciate our board. They are very supportive and involved. This particular day, we all loaded up on Eric Kane's church van and went on a tour of the chamber properties that we own in Texarkana. We own properties, some smaller properties in both Texarkana, Texas and Texarkana, Arkansas. It was a good experience for us just to be familiar with where those properties are located, put our eyes on the properties, and look at which ones we might want to clear and promote to some people who need smaller pieces of property for industry projects or other things. Next slide. This is a piece of property that we own. It's just behind the new Amazon facility on the Arkansas side, the EDC. I had that cleared recently, so it's available and ready for business. And again, we own several pieces of property in Texarkana, Texas as well. The next slide, I believe, is a picture of the billboard. The chamber actually owns the billboard leading into the Maxwell Business Park. And we recently redid this. EDC funded that project as well. Rob Sitterly with Artex Ready used his designers to design this billboard. I don't know if you remember what it looked like before, but it was pretty faded and worn. And it serves as an entryway to the Maxwell Park, and Rob came up with the idea to have the dual purpose of also directing people to the airport, which is jointly owned, as you know, by Arkansas and Texas. Very pleased with the way it turned out. We added some lighting to it, and we also maintained the property just around that billboard. Next slide. This was actually my first official act as chamber president. We signed an MOU with Texas A&M Texarkana, and I just wanted to point out, I believe the city has an MOU similar to ours, but all 700-plus chamber members are able to take advantage of this MOU. If you are a chamber member, you and your staff are able to get that discounted tuition rate. Very proud of that partnership with Texas A&M, as well as all the things that are going on there. We enjoy being a part of that, and we're very, like you, appreciative that we have that university here in our community. I'm going to talk a little bit about our events. We had a huge annual celebration. It was a sellout this year, and if you were in the room, there was an electric atmosphere. We were able to host one of our favorite sons, Truman Arnold. He came back home, and he was very entertaining and engaging. He actually returned to town last week and found out that we were naming a building after him at Texas A&M Texarkana. So that was a sellout, and it kind of set the tone for the rest of our events for the remainder of the year. We're going to have this event again, January 24th of 2026. You all will certainly be invited. City's very good to support our events by purchasing tickets and tables. We'd love for you to be in the room. Our theme is going to be, again, Wild, Wild Texarkana, so get your boots and your hats out and come have a good time with us. And we'll also honor some local businesses and leaders that evening. The very prestigious Palmer Award will be given out that evening, and we'll be putting nominations out for our awards soon, and hope that you will take time to nominate people that you feel would be good recipients of our chamber awards. State of the Cities, you're very involved in that. Both of our mayors speak. That was a well-attended event. Last year we had it at Cross Ties. This previous one was at Texarkana College. We hope to have the next one in Nash, Texas, and that'll be in the spring of 2026. The next slide, I believe, is our Women in Business event. We had that at Silver Moon on Broad. Sold out crowd at Silver Moon. We couldn't have fit one more body. I think, Brooke, you were there. It was a great day in Texarkana, USA. Several people from the city. I think Chiquita was on our panel and did an amazing job. We gave the Woman of the Year award to Leslie Ledwell and our Lifetime Achievement Award to Dot Williford. And we look forward to next year. We may have to move to a larger space. And the next event was held in the Palm Room, State of Downtown. Dr. Orr and Tyler Richards facilitated that conversation with some familiar faces you'll notice in the pictures. And it, again, was a sellout crowd. And we are just excited that we've had so much interest in what's going on in Texarkana, USA this year. Finally, just a few weeks ago, we had our State of Economic Development event at the Canvas Event Center, a sellout crowd, very engaging conversation. And Texas A&M will have an Economic Development Day in the spring, and that will also be a great event, and we encourage all of you to attend that event too. Next slide. Just a few slides here of some of our existing businesses that we visited. That's Norton and Wood, and then we visited with Rashenda at the Perot. Again, this is just all about awareness and marketing our nonprofits and local businesses and letting them know that the chamber supports them. We also have ribbon cuttings for new businesses. This was one of our favorite ones at the Paradise Quick Stop, and many city people were in attendance at that event. They told us they're open 24 hours a day because Paradise never closes. And that stuck with me. And we, again, had a great crowd and hopefully raised awareness that that new business was here in the community. And every time I drive by there seemed to be a crowd of people there taking advantage of that new location. Next slide. This was our legislative day in Texas. We have these every other year. You'll see many of your city employees in that picture as well, along with Congressman Moran and others. It was very well attended and very informative. Next slide. We've also been out to some of our larger industry partners. One of our key initiatives is workforce development, and this really helps us to familiarize ourselves with each industry partner, especially when we're meeting with people who are looking for employment. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We have been to Texarkana Aluminum, Domtar. We have a tour scheduled with Graphic Packaging. Last week we had Manufacturing Week. They had several speakers and attended a panel discussion at Leadwell. And the second day, they were at the airport in the new facility there for Texarkana College. The picture of Hillary and Chloe was actually at the Turk Power Plant. Several of the city employees were there, and Lisa Thompson from SWEPCO arranged that. And so we're really excited to be out and about and finding out more, especially for me, coming from another field. I'm an educator, and this is much of this is new to me, although it's been interesting to learn how connected it is to the work that we were doing in the schools, especially in terms of workforce. Next slide. It was one of my favorite projects that we've been involved in, even though it was very concerning earlier this year when we were hearing that there might be some changes at Red River Army Depot. I've certainly had the opportunity to get to know David Orr much better through this process, and we were able to travel to Washington, D.C. and meet with our congressional delegation. In most cases, we actually sat down with our senators and congressmen and were able to talk with them about Red River. And I think that we would both agree that had it not been for such a strong effort on the part of the city, the chamber, the Ready Group, Tex Americas, who am I leaving out? Riverbend, the entire Military Affairs Committee, we probably wouldn't be in as good a shape as we are now with all the great things that we're hearing could potentially happen at Red River Army Depot. And so I really appreciate Dr. Orr and others who've worked with the Chamber Military Affairs Committee. We kicked it off early in the year, and we had no idea we would be facing sort of a semi-crisis situation pretty quickly after we started to meet. And now we're glad to be talking about the future of Red River Army Depot and protecting those very important jobs. Red River is our largest employer in the greater Texarkana area, and we certainly want to do everything we can to protect those jobs and grow the depot. There's a picture of some of the congressional staffers We toured the depot as a chamber staff as well. We got to ride in that armored vehicle, and if you've not done that, I would encourage you to go out there. It's quite an experience. Earlier this year, this is another one of our proud accomplishments. We celebrated Miller County becoming a work-ready community, and now we are coming for Bowie County. We're at about 65% work-ready. We're adding employers every day to our list. If you are an employer, please reach out to Hillary Cloud and sign your business up to recognize the ACT Work Ready assessment. And just to briefly tell you about it, ACT, everyone's pretty familiar with that, tells you if a student is ready for college. ACT Work Keys tells you if they are ready for the workforce. And so we are striving to have both Miller and Bowie counties certified as work-ready communities so that when one of our developers lands one of these big industry partners, they will know that Texarkana is work-ready and that we are open for business. Finally, this is my last slide. We had some pretty lofty goals for ourselves as a chamber, and we have checked most of the boxes this year. One of the things that we said we would know that we were improving as a chamber, that we were on our way to achieving the success that we were working so hard to get to when another chamber wanted to come visit us. And we've been working with the Hot Springs Chamber all year. They're kind of our mentor chamber. And they decided to come to Texarkana. They were actually here when we cut the ribbon at the ballpark. And I think the picture on the left was snapped there. And then we took the iconic picture downtown. They were very impressed with our city. They took many notes while they were here. And they promised us they would come back. They were particularly interested in the splash pad at Spring Lake Park. And we had lunch downtown at Pecan Point. And overall, it was just a great day. And I want to leave you with this. All of you have one of these in front of you. This is our chamber pin. I'm wearing mine proudly. I hope you will wear yours proudly as well. And I just want you to think about this. Every one of us, we've all been on an elevator, and we know that familiar red button when you're on the elevator. And when you push that button, that means you might have an emergency or you need some help with something. Same thing, hopefully not for a negative reason, but some people have been in the hospital. And when you look over, you see that button. And when you push that button, a nurse is going to come help you, or you can let them know that you're having an emergency or you're in trouble and you need some help. At the bank, you push the button. The teller will answer, and that teller will give you information if you need it. And that's how we want you to think of your Chamber of Commerce, our Chamber of Commerce. Think of this as your button, and when you need help, when you need information, or if you just want to celebrate something that's very important to you, we hope that you will push this button and reach out to us, because we want to be there for you and appreciate all of you, especially you, Dr. Orr and Mayor Brueggemann, for being there for us in so many ways. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Robin. We certainly appreciate your presentation this evening, and I'll agree with you. I think we do have, excuse me, now I'm back on. I think we do have a lot of momentum in the community right now as far as the partnership with the cities, the counties, the Chamber of Commerce, Ready, Tex America Center, Riverbend, as you mentioned. A lot of great things are taking place, and as I've said in the past, we can get so much more accomplished when we all take the time to work together. So I appreciate your time this evening, the great job you're doing at the Chamber, and we appreciate the update.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. At this time, we'll move along to Mayor's remarks and items of community interest. Just as a reminder, our next council meeting will be held on Monday, November the 10th, followed by our council meeting in December will be held on Monday, December the 8th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. Just a couple of quick items to mention before we go to Parks and Recreation activities. Last week, Texas A&M University Texarkana had their annual Roundup celebration where they provide various types of awards And they usually provide 3 Distinguished Alumni Awards along with other awards. And I'm very pleased to share with you this evening that our Texarkana, Texas Police Department Public Information Officer, Sean Vaughn, was one of the recipients of the Distinguished Alumni Award this year. And Sean received his bachelor's degree at A&M Texarkana back in 1990. And he received his master's degree in 1999. So it was great to see him recognized at that event. Also, as was mentioned previously in the audience, we have with us this evening former Mayor James Bramlett. And James was also recognized at the event last week as the recipient of the A&M Texarkana Spirit Award. And I can attest that James has a lot of spirit. So. And he's just a little spark plug here in our community. So anyway, and he kind of gets me wound up from time to time too on some suggestions of things. But I do appreciate that, and I appreciate your friendship, Mayor Bramlett, and congratulations on your award as well. And we appreciate all that you do in the community as well. Also, last Tuesday, we had our annual National Night Out event. We had 25 block parties across the city of Texarkana, Texas. I was able to make it to 5 block parties. I usually get detained and questions are asked, and I get engaged in a conversation at each one. And I do want to personally share with you, when I got home from the National Night Out, I was absolutely miserable because of all the food I ate at the block parties. And so I went to the first block party, and they had grilled hamburgers, and they said, "Here, have a hamburger," and all this stuff. And I said, "Okay." And I had not eaten. I was pretty hungry. So then I went to the next one, and they were cooking hot dogs, and I didn't want to hurt their feelings by not accepting what they had to offer. Went to the third one, and someone had made a homemade coconut cake. And so I had a slice of that, and then the next one I went to, they had ribs and pulled pork, and so by the time I endured all of that, I was very, very miserable, but in a good way. So I want to appreciate our police department as well as our fire department. I also believe, and I saw SWEPCO also was participating with our block parties and others, and so I just want to thank everyone's participation in this, and our police officers and firefighters. They really enjoy doing this. It gives them an opportunity to get out and mingle in the community. And Chief, we had 2 calls, 2 fire calls during the block parties, and so our citizens got to see our fire department in action. So they were responding to those fire emergencies, and so we're very, very appreciative of everything that they do. Also, while moving along with our Parks and Recreation activities, on October the 16th, we'll have Movies in the Park, A Nightmare Before Christmas. That will begin at 6:30 p.m. at Spring Lake Park. October the 18th is the Texar Federal Credit Union presents Local Bands, Brews, and Bites from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at 221 Main Street, and that is in front of the Pro Theater. October 18th and 19th, the BATT hosts the Bat Bolt Bash baseball tournament, and that'll be held at Swanger Complex.
What's that name?
October the 23rd will be Movies in the Park, The Town That Dreaded Sundown. That's certainly a local classic at 6:30 p.m. at Spring Lake Park. October the 25th, the TISD Prom Committee will have a pickleball tournament at the Southwest Center. October 31st through November 1st, the USSSA Kenneth Wilson Softball Showcase at Swanger Complex. November the 1st, My Clinica Hispana presents Dia de Mutro's Health Fair. I may have butchered that up a little bit, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. I only had 2 years of Spanish in high school, and that was a long time ago. So anyway, read it as you wish. So. Okay, on November the 1st, the Tough Cookie Presents A will be held at Spring Lake Park, along with Movies in the Park, or Christmas Story at 6:30 p.m. November the 1st, the Texar Federal Credit Union will once again present Local Bands, Brews, and Bites from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in front of the Pro Theater. And then finally, November the 7th and 8th, the BASC softball tournament at the Swanger Complex. And then you can log on to the city's website or contact the city for more information about upcoming events. So we're going to be very, very busy with our parks and recreation activities for the next few weeks. Also, as a reminder, Bark in the Park will be held on Saturday, November the 1st from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I believe, Michelle, this will still be at the Kylie Sullivan Dog Park up there. Okay, so that's going to be at the very, very north end of Spring Lake Park, near the Mall Drive frontage road. And that will be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. We'll be offering free rabies vaccines for dogs and cats, along with other vaccinations for a fee. Cats must be brought in a secure pet carrier. We don't want them running around. So that will be an event that continues to grow each year. It seems like the response to that becomes bigger and bigger each year. And I believe we've been doing this for how many years, Michelle? 5 or 6 or 10 years? Well, my, how time flies. So we've been doing this for 10 years at Bark in the Park. Also, the Pro Theater upcoming shows. The Texarkana Symphony Orchestra will present Ode of Joy, a choral symphony, on October the 25th at 7 p.m. And then the Rocky Horror Picture Show will be shown on October the 31st at 8 p.m. And tickets for the Pro Theater shows are available at protheater.org. At this time, we belong to our open forum comments from the public. If there's anyone in the audience who would like to address the council this evening, you're welcome to do so. You will have up to 5 minutes to speak on any particular item that you wish to talk about. We do also ask that you fill out one of the yellow sheets beside Brittany there at the door. And so we'd like to have a written record of your attendance here this evening. And if you're here this evening to speak on behalf of one of our public hearing items, I will ask if you'll please wait until we get to that particular public hearing item, and we'll be more than happy to listen to your comments at that time. Ms. Evans, did anyone fill out a sheet this evening? No sheets filled out. Does anyone want to address the council? If so, please come forward and state your name for the record. Okay, not seeing anyone coming forward. We'll now move along to appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. And as a part of that, we will have our 2025-2026 Texarkana Youth Advisory Council applicants. And Chiquita Burks is going to assist with that this evening. Good evening, Chiquita.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Tonight it is my honor to welcome and introduce the 2025-2026 Texarkana Youth Advisory Council. The Texarkana Youth Advisory Council gives youth a voice and a stake in their city government. Members of the Texarkana Youth Advisory Council are expected to represent through a display of leadership, courtesy, punctuality, and consistent attendance. TYAC provides cities with energetic volunteers for civic projects, gives city leaders a fresh viewpoint on issues challenging our cities, and creates a sense of accomplishment for our youth. Please help me welcome the following 2025-2026 Texarkana Youth Advisory Council members. Okay. Would you come down, Mayor?
Yes, ma'am.
And our new members are Brandy Bradley, Jalen Dowden, and we have one that's not here tonight, Jacqueline O'Shaughnessy. And our tenured TYAC, please help me welcome Trinity Chase. She is our president. And Mr. Tucker Keeney. And we have Brianna Lowe, and she's not available tonight. So I present to you our 2025-26 Texarkana Youth Advisory Council. Let's give them a hand.
Well, I certainly want to congratulate our Texarkana Youth Advisory Council members. This is a very worthwhile endeavor that we have in our city, and I thank very much Shakita for heading up this effort. It provides our youth in our community to learn about city government, to learn about rules and procedures, and we just want to thank you for your participation, and we also want to congratulate and thank the parents who are here this evening as well, and thank you for your support of this great program, and we look forward to bigger and greater things to come with this program, and we've had some tremendous success thus far, and look forward to more to come. So once again, thank you for your participation, and thank you for being here this evening as well. Do we have any other appointments to be made by the council this evening? Mr. Davis? Okay, Mr. Davis?
I have a reappointment to the Historic Landmark Preservation Committee, Dr. Craig Nakashian.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Davis. Mr. Thompson?
And I have two reappointments to the Historic Landmark Preservation Committee, Robert Gilroy and Dawn Martin.
Okay. Are there any other appointments to be made this evening or reappointments? If not, is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Hart and a second by Councilmember Page. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Those appointments have been approved. So I want to thank these citizens for their continued support, those who were appointed as well as those who have been reappointed. And I failed to mention when I made my comments just a couple of minutes ago about the National Night Out parties, Councilmember Davis hosted a party, block party over in his area on Williamsburg. And so, Councilmember Davis, thank you for leading that. I hope that, I'm sure you had a very successful block party at your area.
We did. At the beginning, there was word coming around that we had a couple of fire calls, and I've got some young citizens in my neighborhood who were very disappointed when I told them that the fire truck may not make it, and they came through. So they can't vote yet, but if they were voting age, I would probably get their vote right now. But they were very, very happy, and one of my neighbors actually just got a Dalmatian puppy. So when she saw the fire truck, she brought the Dalmatian puppy out, and that was a good draw as well. So, but it was well attended, and it was good to let everybody meet each other if they hadn't met each other before.
Well, very good. Well, that's good. I was over on Woodridge when the fire trucks came through, and talking about coming through, they did come through. And so they had one of my favorites. They had that federal siren engaged, and I just love that. So I enjoyed seeing that as well. So anyway, okay, at this time we'll move along to our items for consideration. Council, we do have several items this evening on the consent agenda. Item number 1 is to consider approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of the City Council held on September 8th, 2025. Item 2 is resolution number 2025-147, accepting the bid and authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with Rory Stone Construction, LLC of New Boston, Texas, in an amount not to exceed $489,344.60 for labor to install 12 bores relating to the relocation project of the 10-inch water main along US 82, serving several member cities and wholesale customers, with funds available through the State Infrastructure Bank Loan authorized by Resolution number 2025-101. Item number 3, resolution number 2025-148, approving the Texarkana Regional Airport Executive Director to execute an agreement with McClellan Engineering for engineering services for Taxiway Delta extension in the amount of $671,210.52, approved in the 2024 capital budget. Item number 4, resolution number 2025-149, approving the Texarkana Regional Airport Executive Director to purchase a John Deere 5100E cab tractor from Government Buy Board United AG and Turf in the amount of $74,042.91, with budgeted funds in the 2024 capital budget. Item number 5, resolution number 2025-150, approving the Texarkana Regional Airport Executive Director to purchase a 2025 Ford F-250 from Government Buy Board McClarty Ford in the amount of $1,500 with funds approved in the 2024 capital budget. Item number 6, resolution number 2025-153, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract for the Moores Lane Sewer Replaced Lift Station with Gravity Main Project in the amount not to exceed $281,272.48. Funds are available in the Utilities 2025-2026 budget in the Texas Infrastructure Fund at $281,272.48. Number 7, resolution number 2025-156, authorizing the city manager to execute the contract extension and renewal agreement between the city and Valley View Consulting, LLC, to provide professional investment advisory services for the city's investable funds for a period of 2 years for an annual fee of 0.40% of average book value with funds budgeted in the general fund, Fund 101. Item number 8, resolution number 2025-158, authorizing the city manager to execute a business incentive agreement with Walgreen Company pursuant to the city's Chapter 380 program to provide job retention incentives in an amount not to exceed $15,000 with budgeted funds in the Economic Development Fund, Fund 223. Item number 9, ordinance number 2025-162, amending budgeted expenditures for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025 and ending September 30th, 2026, adding the amount of $75,000 to the Hotel Occupancy Tax Fund, Fund 212, and allocating $25,000 each to the Texarkana Regional Arts and Humanities Council, TRAC, the Perot Theater, and Texarkana Museum System for building capital improvement projects. Item number 10, ordinance number 2025-163, authorizing the city manager to accept a Texas Department of Transportation grant in the amount of $22 million, creating the State Assisted Airport Development, SAAD Grant Fund, and amending the budget for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025 and ending September 30th, 2026 to include additional revenue and expenditures of $23,157,895 in the SAAD Grant Fund, Fund 230. Unless a council member would like to pull one or more items for further consideration, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as it has been presented. Is there a motion for approval? Motion by Councilmember Page. Was that Ms. Hart on the second? Second by Councilmember Hart. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The consent agenda has been approved. We do have one action item this evening, and it relates to resolution number 2025-159, approving the First Amendment to the Water Distribution and Supply Contract with Riverbend Water Resources District. And our city attorney, Mr. Jeff Lewis, is going to provide some additional information to the council in reference to this resolution. Good evening, Mr. Lewis.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor, council members. Riverbend and its member entities, including Texarkana, have collectively worked towards Riverbend becoming the regional wholesale water provider, and the entities have executed separate water distribution and supply contracts. Riverbend is shoring up its contract wording. Each member entity, as proposed by Riverbend, is agreeing that the entity has title to and is solely responsible for the maintenance and operation of facilities and infrastructure on the member side of the meter following the point of delivery. Approach that we use for our residential and commercial infrastructure, customers own and are responsible for their side of the meter. That's what's being accomplished. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Lewis? Okay, thank you, Mr. Lewis. Unless there are any further questions, I will entertain a motion for approval of the resolution. Is there a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Metter. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The resolution passes. We'll now move along to our first briefings. We do have 7 first briefings. Council, I will let you know that items 1 and 5 are related, and items 2 and 3 are related. So I will read 1 and 5, and then pick back up and read 2 and 3. And we will have Michelle Daniel to provide us briefing information from the city staff this evening in reference to most of these items. Item number 1 is ordinance number 2025-138, granting a specific use permit to allow one additional use of a permanent cosmetics on an approximate .82 acre tract of land being Tract 10, MEP&P Railway Company Headright Survey A-428, located at 5604 Summerhill Road, Suite 5, Jason Newick, owner, and Brianna Boone, agent. Item number 5 is ordinance number 2025-155, granting a specific use permit to allow one additional use of tattooing and permanent cosmetics on an approximate .82 acre tract of land being Tract 10, MP&P Railway Company number 428, located at 5604 Summerhill Road, Suite 3. Jason Wynn, owner, and Kayleanna Kelly, agent. Michelle, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, and good evening, Council. So these are requests for specific use permits for permanent cosmetics and tattooing at 5604 Summerhill Road, and the property is zoned commercial. The future land use map has designated this property as office institutional. The adjacent zoning is commercial to the north, neighborhood services to the south, general retail to the west, and single-family to the east. The adjacent land usage is businesses to the north and south, and residential to the east, and vacant land to the west. And so these are 2 different suites in the same strip, is what this is. That's why there's 2 different items. Planning and Zoning does recommend for approval of these requests with the stipulations that all city codes and ordinances are followed, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Michelle on these 2 items? Okay. I will now move forward and read items 2 and 3 together. Item 2 is ordinance number 2025-151, rezoning on Lot 14, MC Wade's Southwest GDN, located at 2121 Buchanan Road, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Is it Procetta? Procetta and Norman Jones, owners. Item number 3 is ordinance number 2025-152, granting a specific use permit allowing the location of a HUD code manufactured home on Lot 14, MC Wade's Southwest GDN, located at 2121 Buchanan Road. Procetta and Norman Jones, owners. Michelle?
Good evening again. So this is a request to rezone 2121 Buchanan Road from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, and for a specific use permit for a manufactured home. The future land use map has designated this property as floodplain. The adjacent zoning is Single Family 2 to the north, south, and west, Industrial 1 to the east, and the adjacent land use is residential to the north and south, and vacant land to the east and west. There is an existing home there, and we are working with the homeowner to bring this home into compliance. Planning and Zoning does recommend approval of this request, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions for Michelle on these 2 items? Okay. Item number 4 is ordinance number 2025-154, amending PD 25-20 for site plan approval on an approximate 3.498 acre tract of land being Tract 201, George Brindley Headright Survey A-18, located at 3133 Pleasant Grove Road. David Potter II, owner. Kayla Wood, MTG Engineers and Surveyors, agent. Michelle?
So this is an amended request for site plan approval at 3133 Pleasant Grove Road, and the current zoning is Plan Development Office. The future land use map designates this property as neighborhood retail. The adjacent zoning is Single Family 1 to the north, south, east, and west. The adjacent land use is residential to the north, east, and west, and vacant land to the south. The site plan consists of a 37,684 square foot building. The access driveway will be off Pleasant Grove Road and McKnight Road. There will be 126 parking spaces, including 5 handicap spaces, a 6-foot by 8-foot monument-style sign, a screen dumpster site. The development of the property must meet all development codes. Planning and zoning does approve of this request, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions on this item? Mr. Davis?
Was there any discussions on, or is there any room left to possibly come back with a sidewalk later?
Find out.
Okay. I would like to know that.
Okay, yes, sir.
Any other questions? Okay. Item number 6 is ordinance number 2025-157, amending PD 15-2, MF2 for site plan approval on a .51 acre tract of land and a .49 acre tract of land being tracts 58 and 59 FV Evans Headright Survey A-742 located at 6813 Richmond Road. Nick Hibbs, owner. Michelle?
So this is a request for site plan approval at 6813 Richmond Road. The current zoning is planned development multiple family 2. The future land use map designates this property as neighborhood retail. The adjacent zoning is single family 2 to the north and west, single family 1 to the south and east. The adjacent land use is residential to the north, west, south, and east. The site plan consists of the construction of 3 4,300 square foot buildings. The access driveway will be off Richmond Road and Jones Lane, and there will be 27 parking spaces, including 1 handicap space.
Bless you.
A 6 foot by 8 foot monument style sign and a screen site will also be available. Planning and zoning does approve of this request, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions from Michelle on this one? So is this going to be kind of a commercial use with the buildings, or?
It's
Bless you.
fourplexes, so
Four places.
2 living spaces on bottom and then 2 on top.
Okay, so,
On the
okay,
3
okay, I'm
buildings.
sorry, residential, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir,
Okay,
residential.
all right. Okay, any questions on this one? Okay, all right. Then we'll now move along to item number 7, ordinance number 2025, and thank you, Michelle, appreciate your updates. Item 7 is ordinance number 2025-161, closing and abandoning a 20-foot alley between lots 6 and 7 of the Wellsford subdivision. And Jonathan Wade, city engineer, is going to brief us on this item. Good evening, Jonathan.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members. The city received a request from Silas Simon for the amendment of an unopened 20-foot right-of-way east of Norton Street and south of College Drive between Lot 6 and 7 of the Wellsford subdivision. Lots 6 and 7 are the adjacent lots to the alley, and Ms. Silas owns both of these lots. So by policy, if this right-of-way is abandoned, this alley will go to Ms. Silas. The city sent out a memo to city departments and utility representatives. We received no comments or concerns, and staff recommends approval.
Okay. All right, any questions for Jonathan on this item? All right, very good, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And just as a footnote, all first briefing items will be presented for public hearing and council vote at the November 10th, 2025 council meeting. This concludes our first briefings section of the agenda. We'll now move along to public hearings, and we do have 5 public hearings scheduled. Item number 1 is ordinance number 2025-132, amending Chapter 26, Motor Vehicles and Traffic of the Code of Ordinances, establishing street safety zones at signalized intersections, amending Section 26-2, definitions, and adding Article 4, street safety zones. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If there's anyone who would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record.
Mr. Mayor, City Council members, Dr. Orr. I'm here to address the
If you please, thank you for being here. If you'll please state your name.
Richard Reynolds
Okay.
with Reynolds Realty Management. I'm sorry,
All
Mr.
right.
Mayor.
Good evening, Mr. Reynolds.
I'm glad that the council has taken up this issue regarding safety on the interchanges for our unhoused population. I've been feeding Randy Sam's ever since they've been in existence every month, giving money to all the wonderful organizations that support folks. And I feel like that we have a lot of resources in the market that would help satisfy the issue of people not soliciting for money on interchanges. So I would appreciate it if the city council would take this matter, as I know you are, and looking at it as a safety issue, which I think it is. We've watched many interchanges with people almost wrecking, trying to capture some of the money that they're being received, and it's just become more problematic over the years, and we appreciate the city council taking a look at it. And I don't know if I could answer any questions, but I'm all over town all the time, so I see this issue on a regular basis.
Okay, all right, any questions for Mr. Reynolds? Okay, thank you, Mr. Reynolds.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time this evening, sir. Public hearing is still open on this item. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward. Not seeing anyone else coming forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
Mayor, may I
Excuse me?
interject?
Yes, sir.
Just a brief comment, since this kind of hits personally, having a family member now who's going to be a statistic in the crash reports of the state of Texas because of a signalized intersection crash that occurred just within the past week. Let me recommend and again advise, and I appreciate the speaker's comments, but this ordinance is directed towards the safety of drivers and individuals in very dangerous places, signalized intersections. I would urge the council to make any policy decisions based upon the data as presented in the city's draft ordinance. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lewis. Okay, once again, is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Davis and a second by Councilmember Thompson. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending Chapter 26, Motor Vehicles and Traffic of the City Code of Ordinances, establishing street safety zones at signalized intersections, amending Section 26-2, Definitions, adding Article 4, Street Safety Zones, containing repealer, severability, and superseding clauses, containing legislative findings, providing for publication, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Item number 2 is ordinance number 2025-139, rezoning on the east 192 feet of Lot 4, Block 4, Urban Heights, located 3008 Leopard Drive, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, Sandra Hudson, owner. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Page. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hart. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas by rezoning on the east 192 feet of Lot 4, Block 4, Urban Heights, located at 3008 Leopard Drive in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ordinance passes unanimously. Item number 3 is ordinance number 2025-140, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on the east 192 feet of Lot 4, Block 4, Urban Heights, located at 3008 Leopard Drive, Sandra Hudson, owner. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. Sure if she was going this way or if she was going the other way. So, okay. Not seeing anyone else coming forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance? Oh, excuse me, Ms. Evans, a caption, please.
We can take the motion and the second, then we can read the caption.
We can do that. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I just kind of lost it there for just a second. So, is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Matlock. All right. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-813 to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on the east 192 feet of Lot 4, Block 4, Urban Heights, located at 3008 Leopard Drive in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. We now move along to item number 4, ordinance number 2025-141, rezoning Lot 8, Block 8, Washington Heights, located at 1805 Plant Street, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3. Patricia Henderson Wade, owner. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward and state your name for the record.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, Ms. Evans will hand you a microphone so we can hear you. She's bringing it your way now, so, all right. And ma'am, if you'll please state your name for the record.
My name is Patricia Henderson Wade.
Okay, good evening, Ms. Wade. We're glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Distinguished council, I would like to have a modular home placed on some property that my aunt and grandmother left me, 1805 Plant Street, Texarkana, Texas. I've said this many times. They were people that didn't really know how to read. They couldn't write, but they had the wherewithal to leave me that piece of property. And it would just make me so happy if you would vote in favor of my placing the home there. It's a primary residence, is what it intends to be.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ms. Wade. Any questions about the council? Okay, Ms. Wade, thank you for your time. We're glad that you're here with us this evening.
Thank you.
Public hearing is still open on this item. If anyone else would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward. At this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Matlock and a second by Councilmember Page. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas, by rezoning on Lot 8, Block 8, Washington Heights, located at 1805 Plant Street in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Ms. Wade, congratulations and best of luck to you with your new home.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. At this time, move along to item number 5, ordinance number 2025-142, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on Lot 8, Block 8, Washington Heights, located 1805 Plant Street. Patricia Henderson Wade, owner. Public hearing is open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council. At this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance for the special use permit?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Matlock. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hart. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting a specific use permit number S-814 to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on Lot 8, Block 8, Washington Heights, located at 1805 Plant Street in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. All right. This concludes our public hearings portion of the agenda. We'll now move along to the city manager's report. Dr. Orr.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a few updates to pass along to you tonight. First off, let me make that just a little bit larger on the screen so everybody can see it. So we have our quarter 3 economic development report that's out. This is the report that includes information on new and announced retail, commercial construction permits, residential permits. The big news from this past quarter was engagement with 6 different project responses across different industries with the governor's office. This included manufacturing, energy, pharmaceuticals, advanced technology, and construction. And so we have a copy of the report available on our website on economic development, texarkanatexas.gov. Also wanted to announce that we're excited to share that the Lofts at the Hotel Grimm has been selected just last week for a 2025 Preservation Texas Award. This award is given by the Preservation Texas, which is a nonprofit organization statewide that protects historic and cultural heritage. This award will be given out in San Antonio on October 30th, and so we'll send staff there to accept the award on the city's behalf. And just want to congratulate Cohen Esri Development, the developers of the Grimm, along with Texarkana Grimm Housing Partners and everyone that contributed to help make this project a success. Also, the Fall 2025 newsletter is out. Y'all may have seen it at National Night Out. We sort of rolled that out, but it includes information on community projects, events, updates across Texarkana. We also have some information on some new sidewalks that have been funded by TxDOT that are going in around town. Also, our Texarkana Water Utilities Service Line project that we've talked a lot about in council meetings is in that newsletter, and then our new HyperReach alert program that replaced the old Code Red program, and encouraging families to sign up for that. So we've got the newsletter available on our website. Also got a QR code on the screen that people can scan at home, and then also we have copies available downstairs at City Hall to pick up throughout the fall. And final announcement, Texarkana is hosting the Tex 21 statewide meeting. This is including the city, RTEX Council of Governments, Texarkana College Aviation Program, and Model 1. That'll take place Thursday, November 6th, and Friday, November 7th. And so this is a unique opportunity. There'll be Department of Transportation officials here from all 4 states, surrounding states. They'll discuss key issues with transportation, multimodal, as well as corridor projects. We'll have flights from the flight school available if you so choose to sign up. And then also tours of the new airport terminal. So I know Mayor. That's correct. I'll be going up in the air again. It's voluntary if you choose to sign up for that. But just want to encourage anyone that's interested in transportation really to sign up to be a part of this conference. And again, it'll be out at the airport November 6th and 7th.
Any idea how long we'll be in the air?
I don't know. I didn't check that box on the registration form.
Coming down is more important to me.
Okay. Okay, all right, thank you, David. All right, appreciate that report. We are very, very fortunate and very delighted to be able to host the Tex 21 meeting in November. This organization meets at various locations across the state of Texas, and so we're very fortunate to be able to host that event here once again on November 6th and 7th. It's very, very informative, and they deal with all types of transportation. So roadway transportation, transit transportation, air traffic, a lot of different things. So it'll be a very, very good meeting. All right. We'll now move along to administrative comments. Any comments from the council this evening? Mr. Davis?
I've got one to share. I was at an event 2 weekends ago downtown, and there was a couple in from California that weekend to celebrate a wedding. And I held back that I was a council member because I wanted them to be as honest as they could be. But they bragged on our downtown. And so I just wanted to share that with David and his team. And they had many positive things to say. And they had been here years and years before, and they mentioned how it had changed for the better. And so I just wanted to share that with the council and David and your team. So.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Davis. I want to echo those remarks. Last Friday, we had the dedication of the new historical marker downtown in Shepherd Park, and Will Solomon did a tremendous job with that. And while I was there, as he was speaking, I was just kind of looking around at the surroundings there, and it looks just wonderful. I mean, with the landscaping and the trees and the monuments and the markers and everything, and it just really is a nice upgrade to our downtown area. And so that event was very well attended. We had some descendants from two families, the Aiken family and the McKinney family, who were there for that event. And so that was a very good event. But I agree, Mr. Davis, our downtown area is looking very good, and we still have more projects that are nearby, so that will even enhance things even further downtown.
And I would like to also add something to that. As a former member of the Main Street Board, I resigned to take this position from that board. I resigned from that position to take a position on this council, but there's money available to new businesses or existing businesses to for storefronts. You can put a roof on or get help putting a roof on. There's quite a bit of money available to businesses that are downtown, and that needs to be tapped into. But the success that the downtown has had over the last 10 years, I always said that success breeds success, and it's really turned the corner, it seems like, and it's showing right now. So anybody that knows somebody that needs money for a downtown business, please get in touch with David or Ina McDowell at Main Street, and they'll get you signed up.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Thompson. All right, any other comments from the council? Okay, if not, then at this time, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Is there a motion for adjournment? We have a motion by Councilmember Hart and a second by Councilmember Matlock. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all very much for being here, and certainly hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.